Alright, welcome to Board Game Batcave. This is our review for Imperial Assault. Hopefully you've already watched us play it and almost come to blows over it. We're going to start over here on the end and let him tell us about the components.
I'll tell you what, dealing with the components on this game, we've had games that had very minimal components, and we had some that had a bunch. This has a lot of components. The cards, they're so-so, but the miniatures that come with it, I really like them. They have a lot of detail. They look really good on the set, how it sets up. And there's plenty of little pieces that go back and forth. You know, dealing with damage and strain, stuff like that. As far as a rating from 1 to 10 on the components, I'd give the components a good, I'll give it a good 8. 8.5 on components. Because there's a lot of components.
8.5, which one?
I'll give it an 8.5.
Components were really good. I liked it. I'll give them a 10. You have to glue nothing together.
What?
It looked really good. Everything was nice, crisp. Clean.
Only one miniature you have to put together. You don't have to glue anything, but you do have to put the parts.
Well,
but,
I didn't have to put nothing together,
yeah,
so.
Yeah.
As far as everything looked 10, I give it a 10. It looked good. 10. It looked good.
I'm going to give it a 9 only because some of the card stock that they used was a little thin, but quantity more than you could ever want. This is a big box, a thick box, and it's full. So, and the miniatures themselves, I think they did a really nice job on there. They're really detailed. So I'm going to give it a 9, and only because some of it is a little thin, but
That's why.
not a big deal.
That's why I gave it what I did. If the cards were a little bit thicker, or maybe some type of laminate on it where they would hold up, instead of being like a little plain card, it wouldn't be so bad.
I almost thought about 10, but I'm going to go 9.5 because I want more. I want armies. This is a skirmish battle, and I understand that's what the game is about.
Yeah.
But, you know, number of components is a lot to me. And this does have a lot, but you don't play with a lot at once. So it could get a 10 by just adding a whole, like, division. But 9.5 is still pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 9 because I think it's normally. I mean, that's what I would consider a really great game as far as components and the score. Because I just don't know if I've actually played a 10 before. 10 is going to be something that's just going to be like I want to go.
Go out and buy it that day.
It's going to be awesome. I'm going to feel like I've got to go, and the components were really well done. The minis looked awesome. I mean, if somebody were to, find the time or the whatever to want to paint those or whatever, they would be a good project. Yeah. Like I've seen people paint other minis and for other games, Mice and Mystic sometimes, Yeah. This would be awesome for that. And I thought the minis looked great. The tile board and everything, I like the way it all snapped together. It looked really good. And even the stand-up doorways add something to it whenever they do that. If I did have any complaints about it, I would say, not the card stock so much. I think that's going to be okay. I think they've got a good surface on them, and I think they're going to hold up well. It's the little bitty cards that I don't like. If I'm going to have a weapon card, I want to make it a regular card size. The little bitty cards, it always comes off kind of cheapish to me. But the way the minis looked, it more than made up for that. So I'm going to go 9. I thought all in all, components looked really good for this game.
I'd go back. I forgot about the non-painted miniatures. While we were playing, I was talking about that, and I wish they were painted. I'm one of those that loves their pre-painted miniatures. So it that would have bumped it maybe to a 10 also. But
yeah, but I also think a Star Wars enthusiast, they might want to do that themselves.
Yeah,
Either
either
you're going to be okay with it, or you're the kind of guy that will paint those minis on their own and then make it really.
You can't hire somebody.
Awesome.
They're out there.
Yeah.
They're
it's
pricey.
money that can be spent on an expansion or something.
Yep, but all in all, yep.
I agree.
All right. So second part is theme.
really liked the thing. As we was playing it and the concept of how it was going into it, it was a couple of times I could feel my stomach drawing up. I did. I was like, "Oh my god, we ain't gonna make this." I'm sitting there moving in my seat, putting my arms up. I'm like, how it plays out, the whole theme of it, of protecting and working with each other. I thought it was great. It's not Dead of Winter, but
That's true.
it is a good game. I'll give it a 9 on that. Give it a 9.
I like the theme too. I like Star Wars. I like zombies. There's zombies Star Wars.
They haven't made that yet.
There's got to be a way we can combine those.
There's some board game designer out there right now going,
Midichlorians turn people into zombies when they die? Luke's going to be a zombie? What?
That would, yeah.
Darth was really. I mean,
I like.
he
Sort
took the helmet off and he was kind of not
Zombie
human
fight.
anymore.
Yeah, I can see
So I'm going to go with a 10 on this.
that. What?
Well, this was just a test, but there's more to it.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
okay.
that's
So
true.
much more to it. So I'm giving it a
We've
10
only
just the
experienced-
possibilities
Yeah.
of what you can do with this, the
Yeah.
theme of it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I'm gonna go all the way to 10 also. I think it hits Star Wars just perfect. It's not something where they just slapped the Star Wars thing on there. This fits in the Star Wars galaxy, I think. So I'm going with a 10,
Star Wars normally is a 10 stamp for me.
right?
Something tells me I can't go to 10. I don't know why. I'm gonna still go 9 though, because it's Star Wars and because it's a tactical game, which you always long for in Star Wars. So maybe I just haven't seen enough of it yet. Maybe if they have more like vehicles and stuff that can throw in more like feel more like that you're in space, because right now that could have been assaulting any warehouse or whatever.
Mhm.
I think probably it will be higher than that, but I have to grade it on what I saw, and so I'm gonna give it a 9.
I had so much fun Thursday, playing what we was playing on our campaign Thursday night. This to me just felt like it just rolled right over into it,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh yeah, I like this. It's like it's just keep rolling.
Yeah.
For theme, I'm going to go
Uh-oh.
based on just what we played here at the very beginning. I'm going to go an 8. Because
I didn't see that coming.
out of our entire group, I mean I've watched all the movies. I'm not as huge a Star Wars fan as everybody else.
Right.
You don't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
The wall.
I thought the theme was awesome, and it's a good game, but this could have been another Star Wars. I mean, it could have been another sci-fi game like this.
Gotcha.
I kind of think maybe they went with Star Wars, for
The
the theme and everything,
attraction.
for more attraction.
Yeah.
It
And
worked
what
on me.
I saw at the
Yeah.
beginning,
It worked on me.
yeah, what I saw at the beginning, I mean, you use some Force stuff.
Not
But,
really. I mean,
well,
it could have been anything.
Yeah, but except for that, it was guys shooting blasters at guys in body armor and droids and stuff like that. So the theme, I mean, I dig Star Wars and everything, and I think they use it well. But I think it could have been a different sci-fi game with detailed minis and other stuff, and I would have liked it as much.
Yeah.
So the theme was good, but I didn't think it made it higher than an 8 for me.
Well, that's what held it back for me, is because I haven't seen.
What-
I love Star Wars about it, but I haven't
Yeah.
seen that in it yet.
Yeah. Later on, if we were to play in further chapters or whatever they were,
Start the
if
campaign.
you start seeing stuff, be like, I saw that, and that's from Jedi right there, or that's from Empire, and I saw that, then I might get into the thing more. But in the beginning, it seemed like it's a sci-fi game with Star Wars on it, and it adds something to it for me, but not like a 9 worth. So I'm going to go 8.
I got an extra one just because it was Star Wars.
Yeah,
George
and,
Lucas.
and just about everybody will.
Yeah.
Right.
And like I said, it's going to take somebody that's like, I like Star Wars, but I'm not as huge a fanboy as all the rest of
You're not
y'all.
a secret Star Trek fan. are you?
No, definitely not. But I mean, I can look at it and think it's a really cool game, and I dig the theme, but I think they used the theme a little bit.
Well, they just paid for it. I mean,
Yeah.
Fantasy Flight bought the Star Wars license, you know, and so they're going to use it.
Oh,
obviously.
if I had the license, I'd use the hell out of it. And I would put Star Wars on everything I ever did. My car would say Star Wars. If I drove a Buick LeSabre, it would say Star Wars on the top of it. I owned that license, and I would use it for all it's worth.
Oh, they definitely have.
Yeah. And I'm, you know, like I said, cool thing and really good thing. But
Gotcha.
All right, so that leaves us with gameplay.
Oh yeah, 9. I'll throw a 9. I don't know. Maybe I'm falling in love with it.
Oh!
wow.
Right
Right there.
I mean,
His pants on a little bit?
Yeah.
I just liked it. I just really liked it. I like the way it flows.
You need a little room, just you and the Star Wars.
I'm sorry. I'm just
My
like
copy.
I'm just like it. Everything that we've said,
Valentine's Day's coming up.
that we've been talking here, and when you watch the play, how we played, I think you're gonna like it. I really do.
Overall 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna go with 9 too. I really enjoyed the game. The play was fun.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna maybe surprise a little bit. I'm gonna go with 8, but that's only because I haven't, even though this is mine and I'm liking it, but I haven't even read probably a third of the rule book yet. You know, so there's a lot more to it that I don't know fully, and that's the only reason that's kind of holding me back from a higher ranking. I know the more I play it, the more I learn it, it's going to go up from there. But as a tactical miniature game, I liked it. I think it's set out well to where you have to think about your moves. You don't just blindly charge in and run around. You got to think about where you're going and why you're going and what your teammates are doing and stuff like that. So very high rating, but probably not as high as maybe people thought.
Well, this is basically what I've been told. I've never played Descent, but it obviously uses the same structure of rules. And I've watched Descent played, and so it's obviously time tested. Fantasy Flight knew what they were doing when they took that framework and they put the Imperial Assault on it. And so it's obviously time tested. People love it, and there's lots of add-ons out there for Descent, and there's going to be lots of add-ons for this, I'm sure. And so it's going to be high for me, but I've seen some World War II games, tactical miniature games that I've played that I actually like a little bit better on how they work. So I know this is not a 10, but I'm going to give it an 8.5.
I think that's fair.
It has a lot of room to grow. Maybe it could go up, like he said, if I see something else out there, but there are some rules that I've seen instituted in a lot of World War II games I've played that I think are almost necessary. And so this, I guess because I like my games to have realism. I like them to feel like I'm really, this feels a fine line between realism and trying to fit the rules. You know, it's like when you have boxes out there that you're counting boxes, that takes away from I don't feel like I'm in the fight. I feel like I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's the one I need to move to. Because you couldn't really do that in a fight. You can't pre-plan your move and get the best angle and all that. So that's true. I'm going to go with that.
I feel like I'm always the guy whenever y'all give a certain
And
score.
now the downer.
And then I'm the downer every time.
Let's bring the score, the bell curve.
Yeah, and I'm going to, once again, I'm going to score it lower than the rest of y'all, but I'll tell you why. I'm going to go 7 for gameplay. It's a great looking game, and theme is awesome and everything. But as far as gameplay, I would take a game, and there is strategy to it. But
I found that out late.
but truly, we do play a lot of games, and we have played a lot of games that strategy is, tantamount to winning and everything, and it's really deep involved. I play a game over and over and over again, and I learn something new every time. There's a different strategy we've uncovered and stuff like that, and you never know I like this, but as far as like gameplay, strategy wise, whatever, now that we played through it once, we basically know we've got to kill most guys before they get to their certain thing they've got to do.
Right.
And now that we know how the moving and stuff goes, whatever, I mean, there's strategy involved, but it's, you know, I feel like I've got pretty well I want to see how the game progresses. I want to see the further chapters, but I think I basically see the strategy. I know what my guy can do. I'm a guy that stays away and I shoot at range. Or some people move in and, you know, do that or whatever. But we've got the strategy down now. I mean, you're going to have to interpret it and look at the board and see when you're going to do certain stuff. Mm-hmm. But you're always going to be the Wookiee that runs in there and beats somebody down or whatever. And I'm always going to be the guy that shoots them. So the gameplay, strategy-wise, I feel like I would definitely want to play this game again. Mm-hmm. But I feel like the strategy... We played a ton of games that have a lot more strategy on them. Yeah. You know?
And it'd be nice if we had something else that we was trying to do.
Yeah.
Oh, we went in being defensive.
This is to teach you the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is just the start. Once the campaigns start, then your objectives on each map are going to be different, and you know it's going to open up a lot.
Yeah.
of
Now, if I saw more stuff to do and things like that, they would definitely, you know, I'm 7 for now though.
Sure.
But as I play it more, I'm sure there'll be.
Well, why don't we say this? Why don't we come back in 6 months after we played it and do
Yeah.
another review?
Yeah.
We'll update our review
Yeah.
in 6 months.
There'll be tens all the way around.
But that time, we also may have several expansions out for it.
Probably so.
I'm sure Mike will have bought all of them.
All right, so let's do replayability.
Oh, definitely.
That's not an answer.
You have to put a score on there,
And the
Dave.
number.
If it's based on just what we done right now, not knowing anything else, that's tough.
I've had all this time to think about
Well, I'm going to be, well, that's what I've been thinking about. When I start listening to all these reviews and thinking about what everybody thinks, Jared has some very valid points. Based on what we got just right here. Yeah.
I'm so glad you're recording this. Dave said I had valid points.
Well, I was
You
thinking
do.
about just a simple deal. We're being nothing but defensive,
Mm.
you know, and we got to block them off. And now that we know the strategy of what we're going to have
If
to
we
do,
did it again, it'd be different.
yeah, it's going to be different. And I think we're going to end up playing it quicker, and we may get bored with it, and we have to, you know, well, let's do something else,
Right.
you know. But as it expands, 6 months from now, it'll probably be a lot higher. I'd have to say I was excited because of what we're playing on the side. Got me excited about it. So, so sitting here thinking about it,
Edge of the Empire is what we're playing on the side.
replayability on just this, I would say 7.5.
Okay, so we're not-
But if it expands,
Right.
it'll
And it
be
will. The expansions are already in here.
But based on what we just did, now I'm
Barely
having to see
scratched.
what Jared is saying on that, and that's I believe I'm being fair on that.
I agree. If I had to play the tutorial again, but the possibility of playing something else, yes.
Yeah.
Well,
So
there's
6
more
months
to
down
it.
the road,
As far as wanting to try, not the tutorial game, but playing this further, 9. I want to play this again.
yeah,
Right.
Not the tutorial part. Yeah.
right,
We
yeah. I
got you.
don't want to do that.
Was it the tutorial?
You want to
Yeah.
play the tutorial again, right?
Yeah.
Tutorial was fun first time, second time, get used to it, but I want to play more on it. So a 9
Yeah.
as far as playing more.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. I'm going to even go all the way up to 9.5 just because it's, to me, the replayability is built into the game. It's a campaign game.
Yeah.
It's made to, you know, you keep going, and yeah, there's going to be some expansions to it and stuff, but just what's in the box already would take us a good long ways down the road. So I'm going to give it a 9.5 only because I rarely give 10s, but it's everything. This game I could see playing, you know, every week for months and not be tired of it, personally.
I think before I go any further, I thought about something. They need to add a rule or something for the stormtroopers that they always miss the first time.
That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Need to do that. And then, of course, the rebel guys, just the regular soldiers, can just fall down. But the replayability, obviously, it's high. 10 would, for me, mean that I want to replay it instead of everything else every time we meet.
Right.
But it's going to be a 9. I'm going to give it a 9 because obviously it's expandable and it's meant to be a campaign. And it's Star Wars. I'm up for playing Star Wars.
I just gotta see more.
Yeah.
I am going to go. I'm going to go look at 8.5. That's pretty high for
Yeah,
me.
that's pretty high.
Yeah.
I
Glass ceiling.
Yeah. There are some games that we've played for years and years and that I enjoy playing. And but they're the same game. This is like Mice and Mystics to me, where there's a campaign setting and everything, and I like that, and I would like to see where it progresses and where it goes to. Unlike Mice and everything, I hate to compare them, or whatever. This, I always feel like I want to see where this campaign's going to go, but I feel like it's going to be several chapters of doing the same thing. I'm going to be shooting somebody, I'm going to be defending a point, and that where a game like Mice may be a little bit more flexible,
More story driven.
because I don't know what's going to happen from chapter to chapter. It's changing. Where this is a really well done game and the replayability is high for me, but I feel like I'm always going to be shooting somebody,
Yeah,
and I'm
sure.
always going to try to prevent, but I'm interested in seeing what the other elements are, but not as high as some games. So 8.5 for me.
It's pretty high for you.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, so that sums it up, wraps it up. We're going to put the score right here in front of Mike's face. And
Sorry.
then,
Sorry. You can't see this for a second. Sorry.
But that's where we make our money at. Is what you said. It's the money maker.
but in 6 months, maybe this score goes up.
Yep.
So I think that's a good thing we'll revisit after we play it. We just wanted to get it out there and get first impressions to you, and then stick around and we'll see it again.
Cool.
More to come. Thanks for watching.
All right.